The dimly lit room crackled with an eerie energy as the production crew hurriedly prepared for the most anticipated Halloween special in television history. Two rival ghost-hunting TV shows, Spectral Seekers and Phantom Finders, were on the brink of an otherworldly showdown. The festering animosity between the teams had been fueled by years of envy and jealousy, and this haunted mine would become their ultimate battleground, a place where the line between the living and the dead would blur, and their fates would be sealed in darkness. The abandoned mine loomed ominously on the outskirts of a desolate town, a twisted monument to forgotten nightmares. Locals whispered tales of ghostly apparitions and tortured souls that had plagued their lives for generations. This decaying labyrinth, with its rotting timbers and suffocating darkness, had become a haven for the lost and the damned. Both teams were determined to unveil the truth and assert their dominance over the paranormal realm. With hearts pounding and nerves tingling, they approached the mouth of the mine, drawn by the lure of unspeakable horrors that awaited them within. Their collective breath hitched in anticipation as the sun set, casting long shadows that stretched like bony fingers, beckoning them into the abyss. Spectral Seekers, led by the enigmatic David Carter, exuded an air of scientific certainty. Armed with cutting-edge gadgets and unwavering skepticism, they sought rational explanations for the supernatural. But beneath their facade of reason, fear whispered in their minds, knowing that the darkness held secrets that could shatter their fragile beliefs. Phantom Finders, under the fierce leadership of Melissa Hartman, thrived on the supernatural drama. Fueled by their intuition and an insatiable hunger for the macabre, they taunted spirits with reckless abandon, embracing the terrifying unknown with open arms. Yet, deep down, they sensed the impending doom lurking in the mine's forgotten recesses, whispering its wicked promises. The Halloween special commenced, and millions of viewers found themselves transfixed by the impending collision of these ghost-hunting juggernauts. The Macabre Maven, the flamboyant host with a penchant for the occult, stood outside the mine, his voice dripping with a malevolent excitement. He recounted the mine's history, a tapestry woven with the tales of ill-fated miners trapped deep within the earth, their anguished cries forever etched into the very fabric of the mine's existence. Inside the mine's suffocating darkness, Spectral Seekers and Phantom Finders embarked on separate paths, determined to outshine each other in this battle for paranormal supremacy. David Carter led his team with meticulous precision, collecting data and analyzing the surroundings with unwavering focus. But as the mine breathed, each cold gust of wind whispering through the mine's passages seemed to mock their logic, driving them closer to the edge of their sanity. Melissa Hartman, unyielding in her relentless pursuit of fear, pushed her team to provoke the ethereal entities lurking in the shadows. The Phantom Finders danced with danger, taunting the spirits with audacious abandon. But as the night grew deeper, a primal dread clawed at their hearts, as though they had unknowingly unleashed forces that craved their very souls. Strange occurrences plagued both teams as the darkness clung to their every move. Whispers echoed through the corridors, growing louder and more sinister with each step. Wisps of cold breath danced on the nape of their necks, and ethereal figures flickered at the periphery of their vision, their eyes gleaming with spectral malevolence. Sanity wavered on the precipice, and the rival team's desperation escalated the competition to a dangerous crescendo. The Macabre Maven reveled in the escalating terror, relishing in the suffocating fear that emanated from the television screens. Viewers clung to their seats, their hearts pounding in terror and anticipation. The mine, once a backdrop for a battle of egos, transformed into an insidious entity, drinking in the raw fear of those who dared to tread its haunted paths. Abruptly, the sinister atmosphere took a malevolent turn. The once divided teams found themselves united against a force beyond comprehension, an ancient malevolence that fed on fear and desperation. The mine came alive with malicious intent, its walls pulsating with sinister energy, its passages shifting and distorting, ensnaring them in its nightmarish embrace. Cameras malfunctioned, casting the teams into an abyss of darkness. Equipment failed, their protective shields crumbling beneath the weight of supernatural malice. Each step became treacherous, the mine shifting and twisting, confusing them in its ethereal dance of torment. The mine had become their prison, and the ghost hunters, once rivals, were now trapped in a nightmarish tapestry of their own making. The Macabre Maven's face drained of color as he witnessed the chaos unfolding on the live broadcast. A collective gasp rippled through the viewers, their jaws dropping in disbelief as they realized the true horror of the situation. The thin veil between the supernatural and reality had been violently ripped away, and the battle for paranormal supremacy had transformed into a desperate fight for survival. In the depths of the mine, the remaining members of both teams huddled together, their fear palpable. The relentless onslaught of spectral entities tested their resolve, seeking to tear apart their minds and souls. They clung to fragments of sanity, their screams swallowed by the consuming darkness. In this desolate abyss, they found that unity was their only salvation. United, they forged a path through the shifting maze, their minds a blend of intuition and desperation. Trust became their guiding light, as they clung to one another, their terrified hearts beating in unison. Yet, no matter how valiant their efforts, the vengeful spirits that haunted the mine were unyielding, their wrath fueled by the rivalry that had drawn them there. The ghost hunters fought tooth and nail, their bodies battered and their spirits nearly broken. They endured torment and witnessed unspeakable horrors, always teetering on the edge of oblivion. Each step forward was met with a punishing setback, as the malevolent spirits toyed with their dwindling hope. Finally, battered and drained, the surviving members clawed their way to the surface. Their faces bore the marks of unimaginable horror, etched with a mixture of terror and relief. The paranormal had triumphed, leaving behind a trail of shattered egos and broken dreams. The two rival teams, once consumed by animosity, now shared a bond forged through the crucible of unimaginable terror. The Halloween special concluded, leaving viewers speechless and haunted, their souls imprinted with the horrors that unfolded before them. The teams, forever marked by the chilling events within the mine, retreated from the world of ghost hunting, their careers overshadowed by the echoes of that cursed place. The mine stood as a grim testament to the dangers of pride and rivalry in the relentless pursuit of the paranormal. And deep within the shadows, the spirits of the abandoned mine continued their eternal torment, their malevolent laughter echoing through the crumbling chambers. Their tale would be whispered for generations to come, a chilling reminder that not all battles are meant to be fought, and that sometimes, it is better to leave the supernatural undisturbed, lest it unleashes a darkness that devours all who dare to challenge its domain.
I hope you enjoy the content I upload. If you like what I'm doing, why not think about clicking on the subscribe button to keep up to date on my uploads. Thank you all for the great support.
In the pitch black of night, a new ghost hunting team ventured into the heart of a small, secluded town. Armed with their equipment and fueled by the thrill of the unknown, they arrived at the old, decrepit house that was rumored to be haunted. The wind whispered through the skeletal trees, carrying an eerie chill that crawled beneath their skin. As they approached the front door, an unsettling feeling settled upon them. Something didn't feel right. The family who resided in the house emerged to greet them, their gaunt faces stretched into unsettling smiles. The mother's eyes were hollow, devoid of warmth or humanity, and the father's grin revealed a row of jagged teeth. Ignoring their instincts, the ghost hunters entered the house, determined to uncover the truth behind the reported hauntings. Each step they took echoed through the dimly lit corridors, as shadows danced along the cracked walls. Throughout the night, they explored every room, their equipment picking up nothing but an eerie silence. No cold spots, no spectral whispers, nothing. The house seemed lifeless, but the family's presence remained unsettling. They watched the ghost hunters' every move, their gazes devoid of any emotion. As dawn approached, the team decided to leave. However, when they tried to open the door, it was locked. Panic began to gnaw at their insides as they desperately searched for another way out, but every window and exit seemed barred. Their worst fears were realized when the family revealed their true intentions. They were not ordinary homeowners. They were cold-blooded serial killers who lured the unsuspecting inside, trapped them, and subjected them to unspeakable torture. Their twisted smiles widened as they brandished wicked knives, each blade glinting malevolently in the dim light. A game of cat and mouse ensued as the ghost hunters desperately fought for their lives. The house, once thought to be haunted, became their twisted prison. The family's laughter mingled with the screams of terror, as the ghost hunters struggled to evade their merciless pursuers. With every passing moment, the walls seemed to close in, and the air grew thick with the stench of fear. The team's courage and determination were tested to their limits as they fought tooth and nail, their hopes for escape dwindling. But just as the darkness threatened to consume them, a glimmer of hope appeared. One of the ghost hunters, injured but not defeated, managed to break free from the family's clutches. In a race against time, they fought through pain and terror, navigating the treacherous halls, seeking an exit from this nightmare. As the first rays of sunlight pierced through the windows, the remaining ghost hunters, battered and bruised, emerged from the house. Their eyes burned with the memories of unspeakable horrors, as they swore never to enter the realm of the supernatural again. The family, thwarted in their sadistic game, vanished into the darkness, leaving behind a house tainted with blood and despair. And though the ghost hunters escaped with their lives, the shadows of that haunted house would forever haunt their dreams, a chilling reminder of the true horrors that can lurk within the hearts of men. The crew of the popular TV show, Ghosts of Truth, found themselves trapped in a web of their own creation, their desperation for ratings leading them down a path of darkness and true terror. The abandoned hospital, known as the St. Agnes Asylum, once a place of healing, now served as a haunting backdrop for their ill-fated venture. Jake Donovan, the enigmatic host of Ghosts of Truth, possessed an unwavering determination to save the show from its impending demise. With each passing episode, he felt the pressure mounting, clawing at his soul. The decision to hoax the investigation seemed like their last chance at redemption, a final bid to reignite the viewer's fascination with the supernatural. The crew, fueled by a mix of excitement and trepidation, set about transforming the forsaken hospital into a stage of nightmares. They meticulously arranged props, rigged supernatural occurrences, and plotted their scares with painstaking detail. Yet, in their quest for ratings, they failed to realize that there was something far more sinister lurking within the hospital's desolate halls. Sarah Lawson, the show's producer, had initial reservations about the hoax but succumbed to the overwhelming pressure. As she watched the crew's preparations from the dimly lit control room, a sense of foreboding settled over her. Deep down, she knew they were tampering with forces they couldn't comprehend. As night fell, casting an eerie shroud over the decrepit building, Ghosts of Truth embarked on their ill-fated investigation. The crew, armed with their cameras and paranormal detection equipment, ventured deeper into the heart of darkness. Jake Donovan, his charismatic smile a thin veneer of bravado, led his team through the decaying corridors, promising a spectacle like no other. The cameras rolled, capturing every fabricated scare meticulously orchestrated by the crew. As the team explored the asylum's labyrinthine halls, the atmosphere grew thick with an otherworldly presence. Shadows danced along the walls, whispering secrets long forgotten. The air turned cold, chilling their bones despite the sweat that dripped down their foreheads. But as they delved further into the abandoned hospital, the line between reality and fabrication began to blur. The crew members started to experience unexplained phenomena that surpassed their staged scares. Doors slammed shut on their own, cold gusts of wind whispered through the halls, and disembodied voices echoed through the empty rooms. Whispers, too faint to discern, echoed through the corridors. Shadows swirled and twisted with an otherworldly ferocity, defying the laws of nature. The crew's equipment malfunctioned, capturing eerie figures that weren't part of their grand spectacle. Fear clung to their skin like a festering wound, seeping into their bones. One by one, members of the crew vanished, swallowed by the sinister depths of the hospital. Their screams, a symphony of terror, reverberated through the desolate halls, only to be silenced by the encroaching darkness. Jake Donovan's unwavering determination turned to paralyzing fear as he realized the true nature of the supernatural presence they had awakened. In their relentless pursuit of ratings, Ghosts of Truth had unwittingly tapped into an ancient evil, a malevolent force that fed on their fabricated scares and twisted their reality. The hospital, once a place of healing, now became a labyrinth of despair, where lost souls and vengeful spirits roamed freely. The remaining crew members, gripped by terror and remorse, fought desperately to escape the clutches of the asylum. Their cameras captured their frantic efforts, the footage transmitting a genuine sense of horror to the unsuspecting audience. As the final episode aired, the audience watched in horror, oblivious to the true fate of the crew. The chilling footage served as a haunting reminder of the price one pays for meddling with forces beyond comprehension. Ghosts of Truth was never cancelled, but its legacy would forever be etched in blood and darkness, a cautionary tale of how the quest for fame can unleash unimaginable horrors upon the unsuspecting. The St. Agnes Asylum, forever tainted by the crew's ill-fated hoax, remained a dark stain on the village's history. Locals whispered of the cursed TV show and warned visitors to stay away from the abandoned hospital. The spirits trapped within those walls continued to roam, their anguished cries a constant reminder of the crew's hubris and the unyielding power of the supernatural. And so, the village, forever changed, lived on with a palpable unease, forever mindful of the terrors lurking in the shadows.